Hello guys, Tom here, and today I'm going to play a Steam game for you. This game is called Momodora, Reverie under the Moonlight, and it is an indie game. It's considered an action 2D Metrovania. It's relatively under the radar, but I played it and I liked it, so I'm going to do it again for you guys, except I'm going to do it on hard mode for you. Now, this game, I believe, is the fourth game in the series. The first two are freeware, I believe, that you can just go download and play them, and the third one is also available somewhere. I'm not sure if it's on Steam or not, but this is the fourth one, and it's pretty good. So, the game is developed by Bomb Service. Publisher is AGM Playism, and it was just released in March 2006, so 2016, I mean. So, okay, I'm gonna play it for you. I've already played this game, got most of the way through it. I don't know all the secrets, I know some of them, and the game was hard just on normal, so since we're doing it on hard, I expect this to be extra hard. There's also things that you can do, like beating bosses perfectly without getting hit and get special items. Probably not going to do that. I'm going to attempt to, but I won't just tank an attempt because it wasn't perfect. All right, so here we go. I'm afraid this is as far as I can take you. I'm sorry. Anything close to the city is too dangerous. Surely, that shouldn't be a problem for a priestess like you. So, your main character is a priestess. Fighting using a leaf must be difficult. Or damn right impossible, but we'll take it. But I have faith in your ability to seal the curse away. So, right away, I guess we're being introduced to a curse. It has spread to your land too, after all. For now, maybe the best you can do is seek an audience with our queen. Alright, so here we are. So I'm playing with a controller, so you might see some controller prompts there, but it pretty much feels like a Metrovania or any 2D platformer action-y type game. I do feel that this has a little bit of Souls elements to it, so you'll kind of see that as we go along. There's like an Estus Flask type thing, the bellflower. But let's go right into it. And I believe these guys relatively say the same stuff when you talk to them. And I don't know if that's a bug or not, but sometimes you'll just jump in the right on top of the other NPC you're talking to. I'm sorry, anything close to the city? Yeah, so it's the same thing. Alright, so let's go here. So you have attack, which is basically a leaf, I'm assuming, like he said. And you can do a jump attack, you can do a combo attack, which is 3 strikes, and the third strike does more damage. You can do a roll, and you can do a jump, and you can do a double jump. And you have equipment, you have active slots, and you have passive slots. Right now we have nothing to equip. Key items, just so maple leaf. So the thing is a sacred leaf harvested from the lun tree. These leaves, blessed by the matriarch, are indestructible. Sharp enough to purify enemies, it is the main weapon of our western priestess. So that's why she can attack with a maple leaf, apparently. We got a map, which is basically nothing. And settings and return to title screen. So let's go right into it. I'm going to take this kind of slow because this game is hard, especially the beginning portion of it seems harder than the rest of the game. So don't be surprised if I die. Now, just like Dark Souls, as you kill enemies, you get some type of consumable. In this case, I believe it's called mun, or monies, or something like that. You can use those to buy things at shops. And things like that. So you can drop down like this, like the prompt says. Alright. Alright, there's a chest. Pick that up. I don't think there's any secrets in this room. Nope. Okay. So you can climb up and down ladders. You automatically just slide down the ladder, which is pretty nice. Enemies do respawn when you leave the area. All you have to do is leave the screen and they will respawn. So these guys are hitting me with poison bombs. Already not doing well. These guys are hitting me with poison bombs, and you don't want to get poisoned because in hard mode, poison is really punishing. Okay, so here is our Bellflower. So it's basically our Estus Flask. We use it to heal. We gotta remember to equip it though, so I'm gonna do that. And it heals, just like that. So it looks like you start with three charges. Those guys kind of look funny, I think. They look like little jelly blobs with a bat. There's anything over here. There's a lot of secrets in this game, I will say that. I'm going to try and get as many as we can. So there is an arrow. I did forget about that. It's actually really important because some bosses, you just want to stay away and use your arrow. I try to get tricky there. And you do need your arrow to do certain things, like this, for example. I like the music in this game. It reminds me a lot of Chrono Trigger, oddly enough. I don't know if that's on purpose or not. So these are your save spots. Basically, they're like your bonfires, lanterns, whatever you want to call them. You can just hit it basically to save, or you can pray specifically. You can save. You can warp between these at some point in the game. They do let you do that. Mainly so you can just run around and get secrets and stuff. So the next enemy here is kind of difficult. Oddly enough, I find this enemy the hardest enemy in the game to kill, and not because they'll kill you in one hit, but because actually doing damage to them is kind of hard because they have a shield, and what you have to do is you gotta wait for them to, well, this particular one is the tutorial one, but you gotta wait for them to throw their knives at you, and then you have to roll behind it and then hit them. Otherwise, they'll turn into your direction. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. It kind of looks like a girl. So yeah, when those fall in the pits like that, they're pretty much gone. There's not a lot you can do there. There is a thing you can get later on in the game that will let those kind of gravitate towards you. So that's your first little Souls-like experience there. They just sort of show out of nowhere. Oh yeah, and you can use these to jump up, which is pretty neat. You can't go up there yet. That's for later on in the game. So here's the first one you actually meet, and I'll kind of show you. So you got to do that. If you don't have the timing right, you can get hurt. Like that. Except for let's try not to die. So that's a heart piece. That was a secret, and basically it led us to a heart piece. And we're gonna have to heal because that hurt a lot. Yeah, obviously on hard mode you take way more damage than you normally would. You can just roll past these guys, past their knives if you need to. So what we're gonna do here... I forgot. So we died. So that was your first death. Let's do that again. Just better. Okay. Alright, roll past this guy. So you can power your arrows up, and they do a little bit more damage when you have them completely powered up. Just like that. Yeah, you gotta get all the treasures and stuff. That's the only thing, is the save in this is pretty unforgiving. I mean, if you gotta go right back to the checkpoint and pretty much have to do everything you just did again. So obviously the hit detection is if you hit the enemy with your body, you will take damage. So sometimes they'll go to the corner and you can't roll past them, which makes them kind of difficult. So I did that a lot better than I did last time. I don't believe that shows up. No, it doesn't in your inventory. No. Oh, so we didn't read the description of the Bellflower. So the Bellflower, activate effect, restores a small amount of HP per use. sour flower with restorative properties. So I'm kind of imagining that they just make a little sour face every time they actually use the bellflower. Now, one neat little detail in this area, and I always forget to mention it when I'm in here, but see these little centipedes that walk around in the background? That's a pretty neat little detail, I think. Alright. See, if you're not quick enough, so we're poisoned. So if you're not quick enough, they will do that. They'll just basically turn to face you. Sometimes it's easier to just roll past these guys. So we're not going to go there yet. And there's a reason for that. Eventually poison will wear out. So I believe you have to hit this here. Okay. And we can continue through. So there's a reason why we skipped that area, and I will show you in a second. We're going to do this. Now, in this game, there's a thing later on where you can collect these bugs. Basically, they're randomly strewn about the map. I don't know where all of them are, so maybe we'll discover all of them. I'm not sure. There's 20 of them you can get, and you get different items depending on how many you get. So, I always get screwed up with this poison. There's a certain point where it dissipates enough where if you walk through or roll through it, you don't get poisoned. I haven't quite timed it perfectly yet. So we'll see how well I do with that. Alright. This is sort of your first Souls-like enemy. You will die in one hit, even on easy with this guy. Well, maybe not on easy. I don't think you die in one hit on easy. Alright, can I do it? Can I do it? Nope. No, I didn't. So basically, if you kept rolling away, you would have rolled out of the screen and he would have reset. So, you gotta do enough damage to him before he gets to that point of the screen. So let's see if we can try and do it. A lot of enemies in this game you just basically skip. They're just too annoying because they're on platforms or whatever. And I will say that the currency in this game is kind of useful, but not really. Okay, that's bad. There's a couple talismans you can get with it and items. I almost never use any of the items, but the talismans are pretty useful, so that's pretty much all we're going to be using the money for. Ooh. Come on, let's go. Ah. So I don't think you can even roll behind him because he's too big. I think you will take damage when you do that. I could be wrong though. Obviously enemies have more health in hard mode as well. So it makes this a little bit harder. I think we're going to start off with the charge shot this time. There you go. Now, if you're really... you can get 2 hits off of him. You just got to be really careful. There you go. So you do get something good if you kill that guy. So we're gonna get it right now. Alright, Astral Charm. So, Astral Charm. So Astral Charm is a passive thing. And essentially it makes enemies sometimes drop twice as much, which is pretty good actually. It's pretty useful especially if you skip a lot of enemies. So the description of this is an old, worn-out charm. Radically increases your luck. I like how they word that, radically. So I don't think there's anything you can get over there. No, so you can kind of see where the map just ends there, so I don't believe there's anything over there. So the trick here is to not die on the way back, otherwise you gotta do that all over again. Alright. Huh, almost hit both those guys up there, that was pretty neat. Alright, there you go. So yeah, okay, so we got a little bit more to go. Oh yeah, forgot. Alright, so yeah, I wasn't thinking there. That's a shield person, so let's try that again. Try that again without sucking. Alright. So I always get kind of mixed up here. Basically, don't jump on those pink things. You just want to land on them, because that's where you get the optimal bounce from them. Sort of weird, but... So, I'm pretty sure this is Easter egg from one of the other games. I don't think he's an actual enemy in this game, but he's also an NPC vendor, I think, at some point in the game. Here's another little secret. Oh yeah, never mind. It's one more down. I don't think there's anything here. There's nothing there, so this is it right here. Now, I don't know what triggers it, but occasionally, sometimes in the game, a bug will be flying around over here, and if you kill it, it drops a ton of monies. I don't know what triggers it, but occasionally it will be there. So if I do this a bunch of times, which I probably will, I might run into him again. Ah. And I don't know what this person does. She talks to you, but I don't think you can do anything with her. I have no business with you. Go away, you stupid girl. Alright, so I guess, yeah. So there's probably something that you can do with that person. I'm not sure what that is. Alright, so you can kind of trick this person into hitting you. And we got a chest. There you go. Got a ton of money. It's money, like M-U-N-N-Y. We never equipped the Astro Charm, so yeah, money. M-U-N-N-Y. So now we have that equipped. Ah. Okay. Yeah, I totally did not see that person just sort of jump out of nowhere. That enemy will occasionally do that. Oh, I forgot to pick that up. That enemy will occasionally do that. It kind of sucks, I will say. Ah. Come on. I am not doing well right this time around. Right, so that person will bounce back and forth. Okay, so let's try this with little to no health. Now, sometimes you just have a bad run, and this is one of those. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, so let's go here. Alright. Oh, that killed me apparently. I think it killed me in the next screen. So let me save this so I don't have to keep doing that again. There you go. Alright, let's do this without... Let's do this with slightly less suck. Yeah. There you go, that's better. Generally this person isn't completely worth it. You do get one thing. There might be something else to that, I'm not really sure. Alright. HP increased. Alright, didn't die that time, good. Alright, let's not die this time. Got our monies. Keep forgetting to equip our Astral Charm. Let's do that. I don't know why that area reminds me of that, but it does. So let's try not to get killed by this guy this time. Alright, see that was double the amount of money that just dropped there in another ivory bug location. Okay. So we're not gonna kill you, we're just gonna let you die. Alright. And I think usually you can bait this person to jump off the ledge, but otherwise I'll just do this. There you go. There you go. I know there was a way to do that. I don't believe there's anything up here yet, so you can't go up here yet. Later on in the game, you'll get a skill that lets you go through those little corridors. Ah, that was annoying. Oh, come on, stop being annoying. Whew. Thought that person was gonna kill me. Oh yeah, I'm gonna die. Woo! Try to do the lunging attack on me. And there's a secret over here, just monies. Okay, there's more guys here. I'll skip you, because you're not... Okay, so can't go down there. You need to have that special thing. So pretty much we're going to be running into a boss. I'm going to attempt to not get hurt, but we'll see what happens. This is the Anthropod Demon of Adia. Okay, so this is the hard part. Okay. So, there you go. Ah, I got poisoned, so I'm pretty sure that counts as getting hurt. So, there goes our perfect run already. I completely forgot that their poison spawns in the corner there. And I died. Well, we can try for our perfect run again. Okay. This is very like, I mean, I know it's Metrovania, but I feel it's like very Dark Souls-y. It's like, you just walk into an area and then there's a fog wall, and you're just basically stuck here with a boss. So the timing on that swing when they get you in the corner is really difficult. So I like it better when the monster is a little bit further away from you. Oh! Okay, so... yeah, so pretty much most monsters will almost kill you in one hit on hard mode. So you almost kind of want to be perfect, but sometimes it's really difficult. Now, I don't know if there's supposed to be a sound file supposed to play there, or if it's a bug, or it's just the way it is. The monster doesn't actually make any sound when he roars. Or she, or he, I'm not really sure. It kind of feels like there's a lot of women NPCs and characters in this game so far. Alright, so this is gonna suck. There you go. Alright, so stay away from the corner. Okay. That was actually not good. I think you can roll into that as well, but you have to have the timing down pretty perfect. Oh, you know what it is? It's only coming out of the right channel, so you guys are probably hearing that. I'm not, because I don't have my right earbud in. So, you do more damage up close, but that happens. So I'm thinking like, what is it, 50% that she does the poison? It's around 50% she poisons that side of the stage. Well, pretty much invincible when you roll, so as long as you have the roll frames in, you're good. And that's also a thing where you just jump above this person's attack. So we don't get any poison arrows, but you do get that later on in the game, so I'm not too bummed out about that. Ooh, oh yeah, right, we gotta go this way. So let's talk to this guy, who I think is my favorite NPC in the game. I'm sorry, who are you? I see. So you are Kaho, huh? Keho, Kaho, I guess. What a unique name. Call me Ascorn. I take it you are unaware of the situation of these lands. And he coughs. You mentioned your journey brought you here in search of the Queen. If you really intend to continue further into the Kingdom of Karst, beware. A ghastly presence has been enveloping everything. This sacred grove is one of the few untouched spots. I believe you can talk to him again. He might have some other stuff to say. Karst City is ahead. As dangerous as it is now, I must visit it to search for a beloved one. And I think that's it. I've been asleep for 100 years. Ooh, that's a long time. Enough to make me unfamiliar with this kingdom. In my days, people would come to this grove and pray to higher deities. The people of this kingdom may have lost their faith, but I still have mine within me. Perhaps it was those heretic actions that led us to this present state of events. 100 years ago, I guess. And let's see, I think that might be it now. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So, I think that's it for the first episode, so stay tuned. You'll see the next one. Alright, see you later.